So there's been a lot. It's funny. We had this new security footage that was dropped or leaked or put out there, however anybody wants to look at it. I tend to think that videos like that don't just get leaked. I think they're put out for a specific reason. And I wanted to kind of sit back and see, what was going to happen over this last couple of days, how people were going to analyze and look at it. Um, I guess I'll just probably go around the panel and see what everybody thinks so far. I'm going to start with Tanya because I know you've done some videos on it. I haven't had a chance to even do anything. I've been so busy. So what do you think so far? Do you think this was something that was leaked or was it put out there?
Um, I don't know either way. I mean, it's very weird that it came out 8 months later.
Mm-hmm.
That was really weird to me. So I was just trying to find out where the video originated from, and I still can't really figure it out. Um, who put it onto Reddit first because it was on Reddit and then it came to YouTube. But yeah, I don't know. It's just I'd rather watch paint dry than watch that video for hours upon hours. And it's like, so what is it, like 5 hours worth of video they have out there now?
About 5 hours now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the only thing that I thought that was pretty good about it, and from what I see and some of the action that's going on in the video, is that it lines up with the PCA. So I
Mm-hmm.
mean, its authenticity, I mean, I don't know. I mean, anybody could throw a video up and do an overlay
Mm-hmm.
on it and
Mm-hmm.
drive a specific launcher in that area,
Yeah, I can't
So
do
that's kind of the way I
overlays.
looked at it. Do we
Yeah.
do we know? Well, it could be. I mean, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Laura, what do you think?
I definitely think it is a legit video. Why it wasn't leaked until late? Perhaps somebody is just trying to set the record straight that
Mm-hmm.
here, this is what we have, based upon examining what that property looks like, as well as the neighbors and the view. I mean, I'm sold on it. I
Mhm.
actually believe that it is a good video.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The neighbors right behind it,
Yeah.
they're one of the properties that is blurred. I
Sure.
believe that property has video of something as well,
Yeah.
but we just don't have it. But it is confirmed that um, that property does have cameras as well. The property
Mm-hmm.
behind Linda Lane. So yeah, I definitely I believe it. I'll go
Mm-hmm.
on record. I believe this is real. Let's see what
I
Farron
think
says.
that.
I'm leaning that way too. Detective John, what do you think?
I believe it's 100% legit.
Yeah.
I believe it lines up with the PCA timeline perfectly. There's things that people don't realize. So that's a DVR system. So when detectives did the canvassing, they established that there was cameras. They went after that DVR, so they took that DVR.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that DVR was in evidence. So it could have been in evidence until they retrieved all the data footage and, compiled everything, because they had multiple DVRs. I can assure you. It's like the gas station one that we saw from the very beginning.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That person that leaked that out actually took a screenshot
Yeah,
of
I remember
the
seeing that.
screen.
Yep.
So, but that DVR was probably taken unless they could burn it right there. But I would imagine this DVR, I'm just speculating, but for that complex was probably not a burnable DVR. Probably
Sure.
had to be plugged in. So they retrieved that DVR. So that could answer that question as to why it took so long. Because let's face it, I mean, if they see something, you don't get it right back. I mean,
Right.
just the mere process itself of returning it and are taking it, retrieving the data off of it, and then returning it is going to
Yep.
take months.
Yeah.
So I'm sure people probably haven't thought of that, but knowing what I know and what I've done, that's probably the case. And when they got it back, it wasn't wiped. They would have no reason to wipe it.
Sure.
In fact, they may want to give it back so that footage does get leaked out.
Yeah.
And if you hear that some of these other creators are saying that benefits him, I don't know what they're looking at, because
I don't think it does at all, because
that
it matches right up
100,000%
to the
does not
PCA.
benefit Bryan Kohberger.
Right.
And from the beginning, when I watched that, I said, you know what? I was speaking with another individual about this, and I said, they're not going to fixate on that car. They're going to fixate on that stupid truck at 28 degrees in the morning where somebody's running to it because they're probably trying to get their ass in the truck because they're freezing their asses off.
Yeah, hang on one second. I don't want anybody typing anybody's name of who you think owns this video. I will delete it. We are not here to dox anybody in this chat. I don't want to hear anybody's names. If you think that is someone's that owns that video, I will delete you in 2 seconds. We are not doxing anybody's name this evening. We are not putting anybody's names out there. I'm sorry, John. I'm gonna answer this really quick. So this Faraday says Goosey on Twitter said that it was sold by the owner to someone and then a creator to blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Well, listen, I think there's a lot of people right now trying to I guess clean up their narrative because some of this stuff make them look bad as the stuff that they've been putting out there. Because from what I see in the video and what I've watched in the video, if it is what they're talking about in that PCA, it matches up completely with it. And there's been a lot of wrong narratives about that PCA and that video. And this kind of just corroborates that evidence now. So, that's kind of my thought on it. But we are not here to dox anybody's name. I will shut you down.
I also think that the video, if the video is legit, you only really need to look at that 407 mark or whatever it is. The whole video, in my opinion, you don't need the videos that's out. That's 1 to 2 a.m., 2 to 3 a.m.
Yeah.
Those videos that people are, going live with they've 20 plus hours so far since this has been released. It hasn't even been a week. They've done these 20 plus. I've been adding them up, and it's not one creator, it's multiple that they're on like 20 hours. And that's today. That wasn't even starting today's live. So to be staring at this screen for 20 hours, I'm sorry. I'd rather watch paint dry.
If you stared at the screen for 20 hours, you are going to start seeing and hearing things.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think the audio could be faked by now. I think the audio could be
100%
tampered with by now because these videos are everywhere.
Well, you gotta also realize, you think about this small segment of video that we're all complaining about watching since 1 o'clock in the morning. Think about the amount of terabytes of video that the law enforcement is going through and combing through to try and find him.
So I can never do that.
Yeah, John, it equates to 2.5 to 3 years worth.
Right, and it was 250,000 movies. Is what's an analyst told me. That's pretty crazy. You could put 250,000 movies on 51 or 2 terabytes. That's a lot of movies.
Yeah, I did the math and the hours came out to close to 3 years.
Right. Yeah, that's about
insane.
Right. But there's so many things that this digital footprint. The DNA is huge, but I would say that the digital footprint is going to be even more impressive, and it's going to put the nail in his coffin.
Let's do this. Let's watch the video, just the 3-point turn, the supposed the suspected 3-point turn. We'll watch this and see what we think here.
I have a question about that 3-point turn too, because I thought that was at the other end of King and Queen. When he does that 3-point turn, because then they drive back down King Road. That's what I was getting.
Well, that's what
concerned about.
Suspected.
Yeah,
but we think he went up into that area where the apartments is, and that would be up. I think he drove down one like it did. You go past that one road and go to Linda and come up, because you can come up into King there. This is where this is that 3-point turn.
Does anybody else remember in the very beginning when they were doing some measurements on some skid marks right there at the entrance when you pull up into the front of the building, like to ride down the front end?
Right.
But they were all out there and no one's really talked about it. I wish somebody would find that video from early on.
I had a picture of it.
Do you? But they
I wonder if I still have it.
They have. That's something good to look at, because it was freezing cold you know, and there's probably ice. I know it snowed the next day. It snowed the day of, didn't it? If I
No,
remember right,
The
or
day
was it?
after, a
Yeah,
couple
day
days
after.
after.
I'm sorry, the following day. But it was 25 to, you know, it was below freezing. And, you know, you're going on that upgrade. A car is going to, you know, spin the tires, you know, if it gets a little icy. So I think there was skid marks there that they may have had video seeing him doing that. And that may be why they were photographing those skid marks.
Yeah.
Let me just do this real quick. Guys, look, we've got about 165 people watching. Let's get this up to 100 likes. Let's get this stream up to 100 likes because that helps get this out in the algorithm. Then we can get more people that will join in the chat. We're going to play the video here and just kind of get into that point with a 3-point turn, and we'll talk about that. And we'll be able to see that car pull into the left side, upper left side of the video. So let's play
Is this Jeff's rendition, or
it's
is this
mine.
just
It's mine. I put a filter. It's the original video from what I got, the original source. I put a filter on it, and I enhanced the audio a little bit so you can hear.
Okay.
Nothing else is done to it. This is from my channel.
You can hear him coming up right here.
Yep. Now, to me, which would be in this area right here where the car is,
Right.
photos of Elantras that I've seen, kind of matches up to me.
Well, if you look at the eyebrow, I was at what's called a THI at one
Sure.
point, traffic homicide investigator. And that part, the side from the front window to the back, the back trunk is called the eyebrow.
Yep.
The brow.
Right.
So an easy way to identify a lot of vehicles is just look at the radiuses of the brow from the right to the left, like your eye. You know, some people have a slanted, some turn up, some turn down, some are rounded. So the first thing that I look at when I'm looking at this video is I'm looking at that back where the brow goes past the back door and slopes and comes together to a point pointing toward the tail lights. Right. And that is a 100% match to the Elantra when Jeff H actually did a superimpose. And I mean, it doesn't get any better than that. That was beautiful.
I can pull that up, right? He wouldn't
mind,
right?
Yeah. Jeff would love for you to pull it up.
Okay, cool.
He's very, very, he's very helpful. Okay. I talk to him almost every day. And it's funny because when this video came out, we were talking about, he was actually working on it. I said, man, I can't wait till you superimpose that on there. It's going to be just epic.
Yeah.
And he went the steps further and even made it flash and say 2015 Elantra. I mean, right. It was amazing.
Let's play this, and if you guys want to go over and watch this video, you can go over to Jeff's channel and check it out. So we'll play this. It looks like an Elantra to me. Video.
Down to the tinted windows too.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you did a good job. Look at that. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
There it is.
Dude,
it doesn't get any better.
Crazy,
that's
bro.
A perfect match.
That's so crazy, bro.
That's like lifting a perfect latent thumbprint
right.
and setting it next to the suspect's thumbprint and going, yep, wow. Those are the same loops and those are the same whorls. Those are the same ridges. That's our guy.
That's nuts. Hey everybody, if you've made it this far in the video, I just wanted to thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the content today, please give it a thumbs up. Oh, also on the way out, hit that subscribe button and turn notifications on. So every time I drop a new video, you guys will be informed. And somewhere up here while I'm talking, you're probably going to see another video pop up. Make sure to click on that video as well. I'll see you guys next time. Take care.